Islington Queer History, video 10. I will do a few videos for the wider borough of Islington because there is more to look up about Clerkenwell, but in I will hopefully be covering right across the borough for the information I find out. This current video I'm going to talk about is for Yvonne Sinclair, who started the TVTS group UK in Islington at 274 Upper Street. It is now the site of Islington's fire station, but in 1972, the London Friend started subletting one of their buildings that allowed the TVTS support group to start, and for a few years there were like weekends, there was a chance for socializing, there was a couple of other venues such as Porchester Hall, which is in the Bayswater area, London W2, and a place called Andrea's Restaurant. I'm not sure if I don't know exactly where that place is, but in 1978, Yvonne Sinclair took over the running of the TVTS support group after the original committee collapsed. There were various things like drag balls, there was a quarterly newsletter. Some people knew the place socially as the 274, and the House Journal was started in 1992, and it was called the Glad Rag. Originally, it was 3 sheets of A4. It eventually became an A5 book, and it became more and more professionally made with advanced, like the people who volunteered were able to print it more, so it was more professionally looking. Also, a book was written for the wives of trans people, like mainly, I guess, both TSs who are now known as trans women, but also TVs who are often usually referred to these days as cross-dressers, but I don't know, the terminology has changed a lot over the years. In 1985, the lease for 274 Upper Street expired, and Yvonne and other volunteers looked for a suitable alternative place, and they found a place in Shoreditch, in the Shoreditch area off Shoreditch High Street. It's called French Place, and number 2 to number 4 opened. Number 2 to number 4 French Place opened in July 1986, just a month after 274 was closed. They used a thing called Babs Fund, buy a brick scheme. So they're very innovative in encouraging people to invest. It's effectively crowdfunding, it would be called these days. They set up a helpline, and Although there was some sort of, disagreements that developed, there was, like, some change of personnel and, the place, Yvonne, left the committee, I think, by about 90 uh, by the end of the '80s or maybe about 1990, and, um, the finances for the group, which had been maintained so well during the '70s and '80s, collapsed by, 1993. I think the place effectively ran out of money and had to close. That's what I've read about it so far. I'm going to look further into it because I want to get, much more about the history. Um, but, um, unfortunately, Yvonne died in 2013. Um, I mean, she had an amazing legacy during especially during the '70s and '80s, and, sadly, things seemed to fall apart, during the '90s. So anyway, thanks for watching, and bye for now.